On behalf of the Children's Museum of Atlanta and the Ismaili Council for the Southeast USA, Eid Mubarak. Muslims around the world look forward to Eid Al-Fitr as an occasion of peace, happiness, joy, and festivity. It is a day for special prayers and the extension of forgiveness and generosity. On the occasion of Eid, we are excited to bring to you a calligraphy art class. Calligraphy is an age-old Islamic art form that combines the written word with visual imagery. We hope you enjoy this class.
Hi everyone, I'm so excited to be celebrating Eid with you today. We are going to create a fun little Eid card, and we're going to write some traditional Arabic calligraphy on it. This will be super fun, so let's go ahead and get started. Let's talk about the supplies we'll need. A couple of sheets of copy paper. And I say a couple of sheets because on one we're going to practice a little before we make our final card on the second one. All right, writing utensils. So if you have a few pencils, one or two, I keep two just in case the lead breaks on one. And then I have a small bowl. So if you have a bowl or a cup, that'll be nice. We're going to draw something on our card, and it's nice to get the round edge of our bowl. And then coloring utensils. So if you have crayons, color pencils, markers, any of those, anything that you can use to decorate your card. Okay, so let's go ahead and get started. I will put some of these supplies off to the side for now. So here is my paper. We're going to incorporate a couple of things on our card that are very symbolic to Eid. The first thing we're going to have is a moon, and a moon is very symbolic as Eid is celebrated once the sighting of the moon is seen. And so the moon plays a big role, and you see that a lot in decorations during Eid time. We're going to also write Eid in Arabic, and for that I'm going to show you all the letters that comprise of Eid in Arabic, and then we'll make our card. All right, so have your supplies ready, and let's go ahead and start. So on this paper, we're just going to do some practice work. I'll show you how to write Eid in Arabic, letter by letter. And I'm going to use a marker here just so it's easy for you to see. And you can just do this in pencil. All right, so Eid, when we write it in English, we have E-I-D. And it's usually written with these three letters. Okay, and then you notice that when we're writing in English, we are always writing from left to right. But in Arabic, what's neat about Arabic is it is written from right to left, so the opposite direction. And then there are letters that have similar sounds to the English letters that we have. So when we write Eid in Arabic, it also comprises of three letters. And let's go ahead and find out what those three letters are. All right, so the first letter here that we have, E, it helps us get that E sound in Eid. And in Arabic, we use a letter called N. And what N looks like is it has a small C connected to a big C on the bottom. And if I were to pronounce this letter, it sounds like I have A-Y-N, so N. And this is what's giving us the E sound at the beginning. All right, you notice how I started this on the right-hand side because I'm going to be writing in the opposite direction. All right, so this middle letter I, which helps us get like that E, you know, the elongated E sound. In Arabic, there's the letter in the middle as well that helps us get that elongated E sound. And that is called Ya. And Ya starts with a C, but then it curves around and makes a curve to you, or kind of looks like an S, right? Where the tail of the S really goes up high. And this has 2 dots right below it. And these dots in Arabic are called nuqtas. This letter is called ya in Arabic, and it gives us the elongated E sound in our word. All right, so we have an, ya, and the last letter, D, in Eid, so you hear that soft D at the end. In Arabic, it comes from the letter that looks like I'm writing a C in the opposite direction, but this is called dal. And dal is what's giving us the D sound. All right, so these are the 3 letters that make the word Eid in Arabic. Now, when you're writing in Arabic, we don't just write the letters out separately. Letters are attached, and there are some rules that go about and how they're attached. But I will show you what they would look like if I were to put them together. And then we're actually going to go ahead and put them together on our final card here. So once you are putting these letters together, the whole picture of this letter does not fit in. So what happens is a lot of times it's just part of what you see in this letter that goes in the word. So let's say I am attaching my an to my ya to my dal. I'm only going to use the top C for my an. And you see this line? It's going to help me connect to the next letter. So the next letter, it doesn't look like this when it's written out in a word. When you connect a ya in between letters, all you see is kind of like a fancy vertical line as if we did it for an I, but you will keep the 2 dots on the bottom. And you see how right here, this is where the connection is made. All right, and then the last thing we have is dal. And anything, usually when you end with a letter, you do see that whole letter there. So we're still gonna have dal. Okay, so these 3, they're still the same exact letter. They just look a little different when they're put into a word. All right, you guys ready to make this card? Okay, let's do it. So I'm going to put this off to the side. Now that we know our basic letters that comprise the word, let's go ahead and make our card. So grab your second sheet of copy paper, and I'll move this out of the way. I just had a lot of extra sheets. All right, so we are going to fold our copy paper, just like this. Put a nice little crease here. It should look like a card, you know, how a card would be folded. All right, we will decorate the top of this card, and you can personalize any message you would like inside the card. All right, so remember I had mentioned the moon, how it's symbolic to Eid. I'm going to use the bowl to help me get a nice round curve for this moon. And you always see a crescent moon because when you see a new moon, it looks like a very thin curved line, right? So let's go ahead and place our bowl, place it in the center of our paper. And I want you to, we're not going to go all the way around, but we want to go about 3/4 of the way around. So watch how far I'm going with this bowl, and then you can try and go the same amount. So I've covered pretty much 75% or 3/4 of my bowl, and I didn't go around all the way. All right, then I do want an inside circle as well to help me get that crescent look. So I'm going to use the bowl again, but this time I will place it a little inside, and all you want to do is go till you reach the 2 lines of your existing circle. There you go. The easiest way to make a crescent for your moon. Again, if you don't have a bowl, no worries. You can always eyeball a nice moon to get, enough curve in there for your moon. Perfect. So we have our moon, and we're going to, in our moon, write Eid in Arabic, and then we'll add some decorations and designs to our moon. All right, so let's go ahead and write in Arabic Eid. So remember I said for our first letter, we just have that top small c. So I'm going to write this inside my moon. I have my top small c, okay, which curves, and then the curve goes back in. And then your line up, remember for ya, and then line back down. So I've got the top C for my N. And then I connect it to the vertical part of ya. And then I bring it back down. Then this connects to the da. So the way it connects is it goes up, and then it makes that letter that we talked about at the very end, dal. Okay, so again, I have the top part of N, which then connects to a vertical line, which then goes back down and connects to my very last letter, dal. Okay, and remember, with this vertical line, we have to have the 2 nuqtes on the bottom. So I'm just going to put 2 dots right below it. You have just written Eid in Arabic. Isn't that wonderful? I love writing in different languages. It's cool to learn how different letters make kind of the same sounds that we have in English. All right, so now we'll decorate our moon. We'll get some color on here and make this really pretty. One more thing I want to add in here is a lantern. So we'll add a lantern as if it's hanging from the moon. So find this bottom part of your moon, draw a short vertical line, because it's like this lantern is hanging from this moon. And for this lantern, we have a top that looks like, sometimes you notice top of castles, they have this kind of shape. All right, then we will draw the sides of the lantern, and then we'll close it at the bottom with the same exact thing we have on the top here of the lantern. So both of these are pretty much a mirror image, the top with the bottom. And then we will create some little windows in here where the light would come in from. So I'm just making some oval or long, very elongated. Right, wonderful. Now you can decorate the moon however you like. I am going to draw some flowers in here. You can draw flowers along with me. You can make, stained glass type patterns. You can put lots of color, put stripes, polka dots, whatever you like. So I'm going to do some flowers here. I have a big flower right in the middle. All of these flowers once we put all this color in here. And then I'm going to put 2 flowers off to the side. This will look so beautiful with all the colors. And then I will draw some leaves to go along with our flowers. So here I'm just going to draw a little curve, and that'll help me with putting some leaves on here. So here are some small little leaves. And finish it with the leaf. You know, flowers are just blooming right now, kind of in that spring, summer, in between time. Okay, and then we'll just do a couple of leaves here. Beautiful. You guys are doing great with this Eid card. Like we have Eid, we've got a moon beautifully decorated. We have a lantern. All right, time to color. So I'm going to take my yellow. I'm using markers here. Again, if you have color pencils, crayons, whatever you have available, even paints. Ooh, paints would be nice. You have stuff you can glue on. You can put glitter, you can put feathers, any decorations that you have. All right, there's my moon. And I'm just gonna make my flowers a few different colors. Coloring is just so much fun. And it brings out all the details that we have in this card. I'm making the side ones a little bit lighter pink. And then let's get some green in for these leaves. All right. You can always go back in. I'm just doing the outlines, but coloring in, of course, will make everything pop even more. If you want to use markers for the outline and then color in with crayon or color pencils, that'll be cool. I'm going to use blue for this lantern that's hanging from the moon. And then let us decorate Eid. So I'm going to use a purple here. And I'm right-handed, so I have to kind of tilt this paper a little. All right, so as I go through this, I'm going to make this really bold. Kind of looks like I've used double lines to create. But the bolder it is, the prettier it'll look. All right, wonderful. There you have it. We have our Eid card with a beautiful Arabic calligraphy, a decorated moon, and a cute little lantern hanging from there. Thank you so much, guys. This was so much fun. I really enjoyed drawing all of this with you today.
On behalf of the Children's Museum of Atlanta and the Ismaili Council for the Southeast USA, thank you for joining our calligraphy class. Eid Mubarak.